Hello all. So today we have fourth and fifth SDGs. Let's not wait furthermore and let's see through now. Yeah, the fourth goal is nothing but quality education. This is nothing but ensuring inclusive and equality in education and also promoting lifelong learning opportunities for everybody no matter what age. Yes, so yeah, this impact, the impact of this COVID-19 pandemic on the schooling and education is a generational catastrophe, I would say. Yeah, we could say probably. Yeah, so before the pandemic, the progress that was made was very slow and was not so sufficient to reach the SDG education targets. So there are some educational targets made for the SDG, and there are few indicators for it. So before this pandemic, it was not so sufficient to reach that actually. So if you want to know about the educational targets and all, you can actually visit the Sustainable Development Goal website by UN, and that is where I got the information. If you want to know more information, you can go access that website. So school closures that was brought in this pandemic had the devastating consequence for the kids, I mean children's learning and well-being. Many, like hundreds of millions of children and youth were falling behind or falling behind in their learning, which will have long-term consequences or impacts on themselves. Yes, so I would say, like, in this 1 year, we could take 1 year into the COVID-19 crisis. Total of three students will have. So 2 in 3 students worldwide are still affected by full or partial school closures. The main thing is that most vulnerable children, those who are not able to access the remote learning, are at an higher risk of never returning to school, and they are also even forced into child marriage and child labor. When I got to know this point, it was so shocking for me, and it's so pathetic for those kids. And like I'm still shocked that there are child marriage and stuffs going on. Those stuffs are just followed by people now also. Child labor, that's too bad for the kid, and I know I'm so shocked listening, I mean knowing that point. And depending on this duration of school closures and all, which is causing learning losses and affecting the motivation to be in school, and the extent to which poverty might increase, which add to the obstacles faced by disadvantaged children, the growth in school completion rates may slow down or even reverse. So these many things might happen. Not only these many more might happen because of the duration of the school closures. It only depends on the duration of school closures. And yeah, however, many children are unable to attend early childhood education due to this pandemic, and are therefore now entirely reliant on their caregivers for nurturing care. And unsafe conditions, negative interactions with caregivers, and lack of educational opportunities during the early years can lead to irreversible outcomes. And also, this affects a child's potential for the remainder of his or her life. That is what is happening now. And the I would also put down this point is that, based on a data I went through between 2017 2019, globally, more than a fifth of primary schools do not have access to basic drinking water, and more than a third do not have basic hand washing facilities across the LDCs. Yeah, more than two-thirds of primary schools do not have access to electricity. Availability of internet and computers for pedagogical purposes in schools is even lower. The reason I'm putting this point is education doesn't mean only studying and learning. it also means a lot more to schools. Yes, that is why I'm putting this point here. And yeah, fifth goal we have is gender equality. So this means achieving gender equality and empowering all women and girls, as you all know. And the socio-economic impact implications of COVID-19 have vastly adversely affected the progress made in recent years regarding gender equality. In case of I would say violence against women and girls has actually intensified, and child marriage is expected to increase as it declines in recent years. At the same time, this is a very important thing. At the same time, increased maintenance work at home is over affecting women. This is what is happening in every home right now. I would actually I actually see it with my eyes. So the epidemic highlights the need to act quickly to address the widespread global gender inequality and to get back on track to achieve the goal of gender equality. Also, women play a key role in responding to COVID-19, like leading health care providers and managers, and leaders in response and recovery efforts. But nevertheless, they are not represented in important leadership positions, and their rights and priorities are often not explicitly stated in response and recovery measures. The crisis presents an opportunity to redesign and recreate organizations, laws, policies, and institutions to promote gender equality. I have another data on this. So, based on data I went through from 31 countries where the practice is concentrated, and this point is an additional point I added to this, and it's more, shocking. And I could not open my mouth on this because at least 200 million girls and women have been subjected to female genital mutilation, which is FGM, and it's quite, despite progress, there are still countries where FGM is almost universal, where at least if let's have it 10 girls and women. So 10 girls now, in 10, 9 of them are girls, and women aged of 15 to 49 years have been cut. So if you want to know more about female genital mutilation, that is FGM, you can actually go search on it and know more about it. You can go Google it and learn. You can know about it. But I really do not want to tell about this because everybody has their own opinion on it, and I really do not want to tell it over here. So it's better you go search for the FGM if you wanted to. Yes. So data for 2020 from 36 countries show substantial improvement has been achieved in in equal inheritance rights, and to a lesser extent in spousal consent for land transactions, while areas pertaining to land registration, customary law, and women's representation in land governance, among others, are lagging behind. So yeah, this is what the data I got, two datas. And also empowering more women with mobile phones has been shown to accelerate social and economic development. However, in the 66 countries and territories with data for 2017 to 2019, mobile phone ownership among women was an average 8.5 percentage point lower than for men. So these are all the information I gathered today, and hope there are few new things you actually are curious to know about. And if you really wanted to know such certain things, you can actually get and Google it, and you can actually know about it. It's actually good to know everything because when you get more knowledge, it's actually good for you. Knowledge never dies. Yes. So yes, that is it for today, and I'll be back again with the next two SDGs, and yeah, sixth and seventh on the way. Stay tuned, and if you've not subscribed, do subscribe and share it with your loved ones, and share it with your kids, children actually. Let them know about it. Let them get aware about what this is, and let them, be more with more knowledge. Yes, but see to the age before it. So yeah, that is it, and share it, like it, subscribe it, and if you've after you subscribe, don't forget to click the bell icon. And if you've not watched the first three SDGs, which is first two episodes of this, the links are given in the description below, and you can actually click on them and watch them. Yes, so that is all. Bye bye.